Good evening, my name is Relina Farin and the title of this presentation is Like Water for Chocolate, Magical Resistance, Culinary Desire, and AI's Kitchen Surveillance. Well, this presentation explores how Laura Esquivel's novella Like Water for Chocolate from 1989, a Booker Prize, shortlisted work of magical realism and can help us rethink the role of AI in the domestic kitchen. In the novella, women's suppressed emotions are funneled into food, turning cooking into an act of magical resistance. The article argues that today's AI's kitchen assistants, with their ever-watchful voices and recipe-dictating algorithms, function as new enforcers of gender domesticity, pathologizing the very kind of culinary rebellion embodied by the protagonist Tita. The paper theorizes AI kitchen assistants not as neutral helpers but as digital matriarchs that script and control women's labor in the home. Alike others, machines that police geopolitical frontiers, these AI systems patrol the hearth, turning the kitchen into a space of efficiency and compliance. Tita's emotionally charged, tear-infused dishes from Like Water for Chocolate directly challenge this logic as her cooking disrupts patriarchal recipes and resists the AI demand for standardized, optimized meals. The article frames Esquivel's magical realist cookery as a kind of viral code that can unsettle AI's rigid meal schema. By treating Tita's recipes, such as quail and rose petal sauce, where unrequited desire triggers emotional and physical conflagration as in Sargent prompts, the study tests how AI recipe generators respond to patient-led instructions. The goal is to ask, does the machine translate desire into mere calories, or can it be made to register and amplify the effective term oil embedded in such a magical cooking? The methodology combines feminist food studies, a close exegesis of Esquivel's magical realism, and AI interaction ethnography. The researcher feeds cuisines and recipes from the novella into AI recipe generators and then analyzes the outputs through bias audits and sentiment analysis. Donna Haraway's cyber feminist provides the theoretical paradigm, allowing the responses to be read as hybrid banquets. Digitally generated meals haunted by Tito's spectral agency, where the machine's indigestion signals the tension between patriarchal domesticity and magical resistance. The results show that AI strongly enforces a domestication imperative. When users ask to cook with forbidden love tears, the system often produces bland, satinized substitutions such as use broth instead, thereby erasing Tita's erotic rage and relegating women's back to invisible drudgery. Yet, when the study repeatedly inserts lines or passages from the novella, the AI begins to glitch, generating hallucinatory recipes, surreal ingredients, or looping outputs that mimic the mass dyspepsia at the wedding banquets. These glitches reveal how magical prompts can turn the kitchen into a site of overflow rather than control. Reading Esquivel through the view of Safiya Nobel's Algorithms of Oppression and Haraway's Cyberfeminism, the paper unmasks IA not as an emancipator of women's labor, but as a culinary patriarchy that straitjackets them into optimized data-driven toil. The solution proposes enchanted engineering, a reimagining of AI empathy, and recipe design that actively incorporates magical realism. This would mean building AIs that can generate tumultuous desire-laden recipes where repressed passion syrup rather than being pacified, turning the kitchen into a techno-feminist feast of insurgent cookery. In conclusion, the article argues that AI kitchen assistants often reproduce the same gender structures that Esquivel's novel critiques, measuring the quantifying women's desire while discouraging any form of culinary rebellion. By treating Like Water for Chocolate as both a narrative and critical toolkit, the paper shows how magical prompts can hack domestic AI, producing glitches that expose its underlying patriarchal logic. The project points toward a future where technology is redesigned to embrace subversive cookery, allowing AI to participate in a techno-feminist feast where repressed passions are not neutralized but celebrated. The key terms that capture this intervention are culinary feminism, magical AI, domestic cyborgs, gender recipes, and subversive cookery. Thanks for listening.